Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Records of Evil. Okay, so, if you're joining us for the first time, this is a Lawful Evil D&D game where we have, our servants, the Devil Lord Asmodeus, ruler of Hell, who are doing cult activities. But they've been transported from the normal past area of normal D&D to a modern day take on the land of Faerun. So if you've ever heard about Faerun, there's a modern take on it. Just letting everybody know today, we're ending a little early, so probably we're going to go for about an hour before our first break, around 11:30, and then we're going to end around 12:30. So just knowing that we're going for about 2 hours today, just because of a little scheduling that's going on. Same reason we're not having Legacies of Kain later on today. But anyway.
No.
I know. It's sad. You'll have to wait. You've got an extra week to, level vampires and spend experience before Part 5 begins.
I still need to re-level my character because I found out I've been spending experience wrong this entire time.
Yes. No, God, the thing is, you say that, and then I remember, back in the day, when I was playing the original World of Darkness myself, back many, many years ago, I remember doing that too one time.
Oh, no.
It's it's a trick to it, that you have to be like, oh, it's the one from before, not what I'm aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's honestly not very clear. For someone who was raised with World of Darkness, not raised, but who learned World of Darkness from 2E, where it's literally 1 point per dot, or 4 points. They simplified it so much, and it's way easier to min-max, but whatever.
Yeah, good old Chronicles. I enjoyed it for what I tried for it. I just didn't like it as much. That's all I have to say about Chronicles, and that's a different discussion for if we're doing Legacies. Anyway, in the meantime, so yes, last week they decided that they were going to be fighting an anathema, so they decided to summon devils to help them out. It went smashingly. And by smashingly, I mean they tore a hole in space-time and, unleashed a horrible Prince of Hell upon the worlds and his entourage.
Thankfully, not in our part of the world.
It's not that far away, technically. It's like...
Hey.
Look, it's like you effectively have the Mediterranean, separating you guys from, Chult. So, that's actually probably an apt description. So it's like you're in Spain, and you're, looking to Northern Africa to where you started this.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you also caught a nice quasit friend. Who has, let you know that, kind of what's going on, and why he was interested in you, and stalking you.
Steal my jerky.
He enjoyed pterodactyl jerky a lot. It's his.
So did I.
It was his jerky. Because quasit. And, you're on your way to the, city of Tetzatel, in order to get the remaining gas barrels you'll need in order to get back to Mezro.
Yep. We also you forgot we wiped out a bunch of gnomes, and
Apart from one lives.
Look, you only got most of the gnomes killed in a horrible, bloody fashion, where they were impaled on hundreds of spines of spine devils, and then their bodies were put on display for a little while before they were just dropped.
Fine.
I mean, it's just because there's a huge still blood stains all over the place that you haven't cleaned up, and there's a slowly shrinking pile of bodies downstairs.
Whatever.
And while we technically saved that dwarf, he definitely got his comeuppance.
Mm-hmm. Varg?
Yep.
You mean Stumpy, who's probably claimed revenge against you? Revenge!
Revenge for what? We gave him what he wanted and saved his life when he was left to die.
And now we have his feet to return to him.
You're just gonna save them for later. That if you just see him again, you're like, "Hey, look, we have your feet." They're like rotting.
We're just making them dance.
We found your feet later on. We thought about coming back to return them, but
We'll keep them in the fridge. They'll be fine. You can come get them if you want some.
Your freezer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're still good. They're just a little bit frozen.
Yeah, we could give them to Bob's Pigs.
Mm-hmm. So, but you're continuing your journey and back on track to get to Tetsutel. Eventually, the boat will kind of continue its journey down the river. What are you doing with the quasit?
I assume it's
Leaving
just
it,
green in the cage.
keeping an eye on it.
It repeatedly
Making
is
sure it can
invisible.
see- We'll make sure it can always see a can of Spawn that it can't quite get its hands on.
Just tempting it with Sporm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one time you'll look and the can will be in, like, over by its cage. Open. Partially eaten.
Kick it away. So we can't finish it.
Ah! That's mine!
No, and it might be yours if you'd help us out a little more. Anything comes to mind that you think we should know, and I'll just kick it closer again.
Ah! Make a wisdom save.
Do a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Okay.
I'm so
It's,
wise.
it's making a spooky face.
I'm gonna make one back. I'm gonna try and scare it.
Heh.
Heh. So maybe actually. Yes.
Nothing?
Okay. Kick the can a little bit further away.
Okay.
I'll just be fucking with it the entire time.
Mm-hmm. You're just gonna be paying attention to it and messing around with it the entire time.
Yeah, Thursday is not happy with this thing.
Mm-hmm. It'll go invisible a couple of times.
We'll throw some scary faces back and forth.
Mm-hmm. You'll have interesting conversations with it. Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I'm probably gonna forgo.
There was this thing with your mob and my claws.
Did you say my mom?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't even know my mom.
Oh, you should.
I'll take your word for it. That's whatever.
She can
So,
certainly take a claw, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I bet you do too.
Ah. Wait. Boop, 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 boop. It's waving its button in your face.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Really?
How old are you?
5,000.
You
How old are
still
you?
A little bit confused on that one. We haven't really done the math. Not sure if
Math.
it counts.
Who needs
Yeah.
math?
Well, it's good for counting money.
1 plus 1 is 7. Everybody knows that.
I thought 1 + 1 was window, but okay.
Window.
Yeah. We don't have to. I might, like, start drawing the whole 1 + 1 is window and showing him.
Okay.
I love this here. It's a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start teaching him some modern slang I've learned from the TV.
Okay.
I'm as I said last time, going to stay watch all night and forego sleep just to make sure.
Okay.
You know,
Give me a
nothing comes
perception
back.
check when you're on watch on your own at some point in time.
We should also check on the gnome at some point. He kind of just
Yeah,
passed
because-
out and then we left him again.
She's watching him. She's not like interacting with him directly, but she's watching him to make sure that he's at least alive.
Yeah. He'll eventually wake up again, continuing muttering himself. Okay. At one point in time, you'll, like, catch the tail end of a centipede dragging the sporm can back to the cage.
I knew it.
And then it goes back into the cage.
I don't care enough.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, it knows it won't kill us while it's in the cage. It knows we won't kill it while it's in the cage.
Anyway, days will pass. A few more days of travel, getting back on track. You will manage to meet back up with the main river from the small, like, tributary you took.
Does the gnome's mental health improve over that?
No,
Does it get worse?
probably not.
I mean, now we have a little demon in a cage.
Mm-hmm. He's just hiding under the bed. Like, if you, like, leave food out for him, you notice it does disappear. You're not sure if he's gone to the bathroom or that stink is, if that stink, like, is been there from before, or it keeps getting worse.
I'm gonna start sleeping somewhere else.
I mean,
not
there
sleeping
is the
in that
room
room
where all the
anymore.
dead gnomes slept.
I think.
That one
I
smell
think
just
that's
as bad?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, it's just filled with gnome stuff.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We, like, readjust the hammocks so they're, like, larger sized again.
Put like 3 together.
Mm-hmm. It's like, ooh, these were, like, you know, fixed up for gnome size. Nope. Back to normal size.
Yep.
Eventually, though, the boat will stop, and the captain will kind of turn towards all of you and be like, I will wait here. You should go check out. The city is to the west. Good luck. Bring back a can of gas. Do you want me
Very
to
well.
look after the small creature in a cage and the professor?
Yeah, make sure, just
Make sure they don't.
make sure the quasit doesn't eat the
do
gnome.
anything.
And don't eat any of the other gnomes in front of the alive gnome. That might freak him out a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, we don't judge. Yeah, we don't judge.
It's fine.
And don't touch those
I'll,
feet either.
I'll clean up the bodies.
Ah, okay.
Maybe wipe up the blood.
Yes, wipe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, do we actually know where we're going?
Not really.
I mean,
Could we see, like, the settlement from the boat? Like,
No.
some smoke or anything coming from it?
No. The problem was it was a couple days journey at least through the jungle from where you were at. So you have a couple days to travel there, and then you have to somehow get a gas barrel and travel back a couple of days.
See,
I mean,
we know what direction we're walking in. I assume we're just following the river or whatever.
No, you have to cross jungle from here.
Did we specifically have anything to trade?
Originally you weren't going there to trade.
we have
I know,
money.
but we have the camera equipment.
Oh, I have straight gold as well. And we have all that stuff we found in that temple.
It's true.
I don't think we wrote down what we found. I know there was like a staff and some gold coins and stuff.
Write down. There you go. Let someone else write that one down.
It wasn't barrel treasure.
Yeah, it was a temple treasure, but
But I don't know who wrote down temple
I
treasure.
don't think we found out what it was in there. We never looked.
You never specified like how much or what it was. You just, I know, like again, I think she mentioned there was a staff, but that was the only thing that we.
I thought I said more, but maybe I didn't.
I
Yeah,
don't have anything down for it.
I don't have anything in my notes specifically about it. I'll have to check stuff then. But you have some temple treasure, we'll say that.
Yeah, temple treasure. Good
And
old temple treasure.
Yeah. It belongs in a museum. No, it belongs in our pockets. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Museums are a waste of space, and they steal things I could sell.
I mean, to be fair, museums steal things all the time. What's the difference?
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
thing
just
I had
because
written down. The only thing specific I had written down was cool staff unidentified.
Mm-hmm.
Cool staff. Yeah, I mean, like, museums are just legal thieves, okay? Like, it's kind of very unfair.
Mm. Alright. Well, you have about 3 days trek through the jungle. If anybody wants to give me a survival check.
Who has the highest
Someone want to
survival?
assist me in survival?
Sure.
Because I guarantee you I have the highest.
Yeah, mine's only 2.
You are.
Plus 5?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know if we're making that.
Alright, well, I mean,
Still above average
it's
for someone
still
who.
above average. You're making your way through the jungle. It's a jungle. It's kind of hard to tell your direction a lot of times, and you're having some trouble. It'll take you 4 days to get there, rather than the 3 that you were expecting.
Ooh.
You'll lose about a day of travel to, problems.
Getting turned around.
Yeah, getting turned around.
Mark off 4 days of rations.
If one of you wants to, if you want to all give me some perception, though.
Yes. Oh! A natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
There's
We are all about 10 we're all about 10 off from each other.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that you will manage to help out with along this journey. One thing is, you will make note of an area that looks to be a little dangerous. Like you enter into like this, like what looks to be a really nice trail. You're like, oh, a trail through the forest. You're not really good at understanding signs, but you're good at understanding that, oh wait, hey, that's a big pile of crap over there. Maybe we're in something's like a predatory lane or something through the forest.
Oh.
Let's not use this. You'll also notice that, like, constantly, you occasionally see a bat flying around you.
Oh.
Do I know?
No.
I'm gonna. Can I roll? I'm gonna roll. Can I roll knowledge religion to know?
I mean, you. She's pointing it out, but there's a bat that's just been flying around.
No. I know she points it out, but I'm saying, can I know what it is? Because I know what it is out of.
You didn't have very good knowledge, I believe. You had like pretty average on knowing about it, so you probably don't know too much.
So what is it that's flying around? Just like this bat
A
thing?
Just the
bat.
same bat.
Oh yeah, Jinx was the one who got a good religion roll.
Yeah, and she sees like Mishka sees nothing.
You were like the bat
Yeah,
right
no,
there,
no.
like
But-
right there. Where?
I don't see it.
Just like turning her head to try and get her to see it, like right there.
Nope. Where is it at?
What's it? No, that's a fly. No, that's a fly in front of you, not that. Past that.
Thursday, I gotta say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll try and take a picture of it.
Boom.
What the fuck? I think we should hide.
Boom.
I'll take your word for it.
Yep, I'm gonna try and hide behind something really quick.
Okay.
I don't like booming sounds.
I don't know where we're hiding from, but I'll hide.
Okay, give me some stealth checks.
I'm not gonna.
Yo!
Oh!
Oh, pretty good.
Alright. Hey, that game trail nearby. A huge creature is walking down it.
What the fuck?
Something large. A massive head filled with huge dagger-like teeth. Patrolling.
That
on
thing's,
it.
that thing's definitely a carnivore.
Yeah.
Those are no leaf chewing teeth. We should probably try to sneak the fuck away from this. I don't. Or wait till it leaves.
Just wait.
Okay.
It'll move down the trail and out of sight. Seemingly somewhere up ahead from where in the direction you're heading. Because it came from behind you and kept going.
Hmm. Do you reckon it's like part of the settlement? Like, could they have trained something to like protect the borders?
Very
Maybe?
possible.
We didn't see anyone riding the dinosaur.
Nope.
Well, I think we should be very careful heading anywhere near one of those paths. Oh,
Are you continuing on then?
I'm gonna try and stay a little quieter than before
Yeah.
and spot out for those paths. Like the cleared paths.
On the upside, if it is that big, we may seem like not worth the effort to chase.
That's true. I'm like, not particularly fleshy. Like, do you reckon it can swim? Like, worst things worse, fucking head for water? Like,
Maybe. You don't know.
I don't
But-
think that one will fit in our living room.
No. No, it won't. This thing was like house-sized.
Well, if we ever want a moving house.
It'd be hard to install some plumbing on its back, but I mean...
We've lived without plumbing.
Mm-hmm. Everything is quiet for a bit, though. And you can move on. about half a day later, you will once again hear a noise. This time, so much more. Like there's almost like the crashing and cracking of branches. As if there's like dozens of something moving through the jungle.
Does it sound like it's coming towards us?
Hard to tell. It's coming through the area you're in.
Should we hide again? Climb a tree?
Probably. I don't know if we want to get caught by anything that's out here.
You said, does it sound like a herd, or...
Maybe a herd of something. Or a large group of something.
Yeah. Perhaps climbing a tree would be a good idea, just in case it is, just to avoid potentially being trampled at the very least.
Yeah, trampling doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Scamper up a tree.
Tree.
Alright, this time you are going to see a herd of a massive creature, even bigger than the last one. This one has a huge body with very long tail and long neck.
Does it have pointy teeth?
You don't see any? It's got a relatively small head in comparison to all of its body.
Is this the one we've seen on TV that likes to eat the plants?
Maybe.
Those guys are pretty cute. Like,
Can we roll anything to see if we recognize it?
Sure. Roll me nature.
I'll try and see if I recognize it from my shows. I do not recognize it from my shows. Hey, another natural 20.
Apparently, the Nature Channel is the only channel I've been watching.
It's the only one you'll sit and watch with us.
Okay. Yeah, you take a look at it. You do identify what it is. It is a brontosaurus.
Yes.
I will. Yes, it appears to be a brontosaurus.
Kind of really like those ones. They're like in my top 5.
If we want to
Yeah.
build a house, it would probably be on that one.
Yeah, I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Yeah, a herd of them move by. One of them kind of knocks into the tree that you're next to. It kind of shakes a little bit, but stays strong. As they just kind of move on past the large herd of them. And things get relatively quiet again, but again, things aren't particularly quiet around this area, it seems.
Yeah.
I'm already very done with the jungle. Like, if I wasn't before, I am now.
Yeah. Gotta keep going.
It's only slightly more dangerous than where I'm from.
I'm never leaving the city again.
You're not going to wherever you're from.
Alright, you'll push forward through the continued jungle, and another few days will pass. But eventually, you will get to an area where it seems to clear up a little bit, and the jungle seems a little less thick. It doesn't take you long to notice that you're breaking away into some kind of territory. You can see that there is a large kind of step pyramid in the center of what looks to be like a native village of some kind. large amounts of Yuan-ti in a... The thing is, like, the buildings are very primitive looking, but, like, when you see the Yuan-ti, they aren't, like, dressed in, like, what you think of traditional, like, garb. No, they've got, like, a mixture of, like, clothes they probably would have picked up at, like, Mezro and stuff. It's kind of like, you know, old t-shirts of, you know, of sports teams that totally did not win their World Series.
And then we look to the right and see a highway that we totally should have.
No, not that bad.
I know.
Fortunately.
I just thought that would be hilarious.
That's the interstate. Why did you take that?
Yeah.
A lot of them are giving kind of like a little bit of like funny looks towards you, just like visitors, but no one has actually reacted to you so far.
Should we like ask? How do we approach this? Like, I mean, they know we're here.
Yeah.
I will step forward and approach one and I guess say in Draconic? Is that what Yuan-ti speak? Or do they have their own language? Would I even know this?
You can only guess.
I guess I'll say in Draconic. We are travelers. Our boat has run into trouble. Is there anywhere we could trade?
The Yuan-ti kind of looks you over a little bit. This looks to be Yuan-ti purebloods, so they look very human. A lot of them are purebloods with a kind of small mixture of like half-bloods and a few abominations. It's like this like kind of like older Yuan-ti man. He kind of looks at you, goes, "You know you can speak common, and your accent is terrible." Look, if you need some help with your boat, sure. What do you need? Parts? Gas? We don't have a lot here.
Mostly gas.
And you're going to want to talk to the elders. We mostly have gas here for the generators when we need them.
Thank you.
Head to the longhouse. It's down there.
Thanks.
Sure. Tourists.
Percy is just like chuckling.
I'm mumbling under my breath. Bad accent. I'm Draconic, my friend.
just angrily muttering under our breath.
It's like, Draconic was my first language. I don't...
Fucking accent. I am the accent.
I am the accent. Alright, yeah, you can head through the village. It's kind of like a bustling area. You can see, as I said, like, there's a large number of Yuan-ti all over the place. Definitely there's this, like, kind of wide berth, and, like, you'll see a number of, like, you know, pureblood kids will kind of come up to you. One of them will throw some rocks at you before an adult will stop them after a little bit.
Are they just throwing rocks at all of us, or one of us specifically?
In general, they're chucking a couple of rocks, just kind of like, not even like a hard throw, just like a, whoo, like a bink.
I'm just gonna give
I
them a
ignore.
This is why I don't want kids. Jesus.
You will notice that bat is still with you. Pharisee.
You guys, that bat is still following.
Oh no, now it's hanging around on Mishka's backpack.
Oh! Hey, Mishka! You know, you can see that bat? Turn around.
Yeah.
Look at your back.
It's like, look at my
Can I
back.
just like turn and then not see it because it's on my back?
Just
Yeah,
turning in
you
circles.
just turn around in circles for a little bit, and then like as you stop, you like Thursday you'll see the bat fly off, and it's like, what? Where?
What are you talking about?
My god, really? As I shout up at the bat. Really? Oh. Kids are gonna start throwing rocks at you in a minute.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like storming along.
I actually am gonna pick up a rock and chuck it at the bat.
Okay.
Don't hit a kid by accident. We don't need a war.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw it if it looks like there's anyone nearby.
I mean, you're in the middle of a bustling village, I will say.
Then I won't.
You guys think it's something to do with the whole boat situation?
Can I do
What?
another religion roll?
I mean, it's a bat, so you can give me a nature check.
Very well.
You know, it's pretty bad because I have like very good animal handling and stuff like that. So like, if I had seen it, this would be fine.
But you're like completely oblivious to the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to be on the thing for it to pop up because of connections. Yeah.
I got a 14.
Okay, it's not popping up. Alright, you aren't familiar with a lot of the bat species in the jungle, but, like, it doesn't look like most jungle bats. But then again, maybe it's like, it could be a rare species or something. It's very unusual, though. Also, it's been flying around during the day, which is kind of unusual.
Yeah. So I was about to say,
Well,
why the fuck
actually,
did you have
that
to
really
take them?
that really depends on the bat species. But anyway,
That's true. Depends on the bat species.
Out
It's-
of character. They tend to fly around at dawn and dusk. Some fly around at night. Some fly around in the day.
So this one seems like in a very unusual species regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Weird bat. So you can head through the village. Like, as I said, most will give you wide berth. You can see that there's this,
Out
like,
of character knowledge, curses.
there's this, like, mixture of, like, a little bit of modern with probably a lot of traditional. Like, the kids will be wearing, like, some of them will be wearing, like, you know, just, like, t-shirts and shorts. Others will be wearing kind of, like, effectively less, like, very, like, loose, like, loincloth kind of things. You know, very, like, you know, child in a jungle kind of clothing. You can see that there's, like, a bunch of people working on various things. It looks like, there's, you did see that there was a very loose, like, I would call it, brush area around the outskirts of the village, almost as a kind of protective means. Less to stop anything, more to, like, maybe discourage. And you also saw that there's, like, these, poles with some kind of, like, material on the top of them. Looks like some kind of, like, vegetation growing from them.
Hmm.
Eventually you will see that there is a large kind of longhouse area that seems to be very open, kind of open sides. You'll see that there's a number of Yuan-ti in there working on things. You will in fact see that there's like a satellite dish on the top of it. And they have an old like TV that it looks like a couple of the elders are watching.
I'm curious if we even know what like the satellite dish is.
You probably wouldn't. No, actually, you probably watch commercials. So yes, I'll give you that. You probably at least, you know, have an idea.
Okay.
Try to sell them to people on,
Yeah.
on the TV
Yeah.
or the infomercials.
Mm-hmm. Or like, you know,
Still
sign
why
up
you
for
can't bargain with those.
Dish Network, you know, and get our new satellite installed for free, you know, something like that. Free satellite installation for Dish Network.
Huh.
A particular-
I wonder how they installed it out here.
A particular older-looking Yuan-ti woman will kind of like look towards you. She looks to be half-breed, so she's got like a lot more like very some serpent-y features to her. Half-blood. Just to let you know, like purebloods are like very light serpent features on like almost like a human. Half-blood have like maybe like serpent head or something, or very like distinctive features that make them look snake. And then abominations are like have like
Just snake people.
like snake leg, like they have a serpent tail rather than legs, kind of thing, you know, almost.
Oh man.
Oh.
They're like really snake people. Welcome, travelers. What is it you need from us?
We
So-
were. I'll let you. If you go to speak, I'll let you speak.
So we're having some trouble with our boat, and we were sent your way. We're looking for gas.
We could trade, perhaps. She's gonna like snap some fingers and get the attention of like the other like elders. It looks like. Let me check something quickly. Sorry, just take a second. Bum 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 bum. Here. Like one of them will complain in something that like it's not draconic and it's not common for a second, and then the older like half-blood woman will kind of complain back. Look, we do have a little bit of gas we could probably trade, but not much extra.
Oh,
What do you
whatever
have
you
for
need,
trade?
man.
You have money in the local currency?
Do you know what the local currency is? Because we did stop at that temple place with the
No,
city
don't.
next to it.
Don't. He's like. Was that out of character or in character?
That was out of character.
Okay.
The local currency would probably be the currency of Chult, which you did encounter some of within Mezro.
Okay.
We have some.
We didn't really trade for any.
You don't really trade for any? I think most of your transactions may have been used like attempts to use. I don't think you guys would have used credit card because I don't think you would have understood it. So
no,
I think
we would have
like
just had cash.
I don't know if we would have one of those.
you probably just used the cash you would have had from Kalimport here, in which the people took it.
At least
I
in
actu-
Mezro.
I
Yeah.
still have gold coins on me because I didn't change all of mine yet.
I'll be honest, it makes sense that people in Mezro would take Kalimpor since they're right across the way. They would at least know the conversions.
Yeah, they might be willing to take
Charge a
it
little
more than
extra.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's like they could easily trade it back or whatever, you know. It's here though, probably not.
They also, like, depending on how shady you could be, could also just, you know, shank you money-wise, because they're like, yeah, totally, that's how much it is in Kalimport dollars. Kalimport,
I can tell when people are lying to me.
Yeah.
Lyra.
lira. You can tell that now.
You're a keen ear for picking out lies.
Unless they don't actually know the conversion rate and they're just guessing.
Yeah.
Which totally happens.
That's about, I don't know,
As someone who lives right next to Mexico and has been to Mexico, yeah, sometimes they do that kind of thing.
100 Mezro francs. I don't know why they're francs, but they are now. They shouldn't be. That doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Actually, I think, didn't you say they were like...
I don't know what I said. I might have actually given their money a name other than Lyra for Calimport. For the life of me, I don't remember. I would have randomly said it while we were in Mezro. And it didn't seem important enough to note at the time because I didn't think it would be coming back. Guess what?
Yeah, we were about to murder all of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like we should have. Those kids were dicks.
You may be the first outsiders they've ever seen.
That doesn't mean you throw rocks at me.
You are obviously not jungle dwellers, you know, or people that live here.
Huh. Yeah, I never really thought about it, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just looked up what, like, African currencies are. A lot of them are, like, francs, shillings, pounds.
They're who
Yep.
moved in. And Mezro
Yeah, pretty
would be
much.
who moved in. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So, funny enough, francs is an option.
I don't know, like, Mezro's this weird jungle because it's like primeval dinosaur jungle, but for like every time you describe it, like in some of the things, it makes me feel like it's sort of like almost Amazon-y, but it's supposed to be like more African jungle. So it's like this weird in between both of them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the reason it feels very Amazon-y is because of the Yuan-ti,
Yeah.
who are very Mesoamerican.
Yeah, in their culture and stuff. And
Yeah.
they are there. It's some of the other races are a little that way too, that are here. But that's the problem, because there is an actual, like, you know, equivalent to South America in this world. But whatever, I don't know what they have there. I don't actually know what they have there.
Maybe they have African culture.
I think there's an area that has that too. Faerun's weird. Or Toral's weird.
Yep.
Toral is weird. Culture-wise.
Anyway.
Toral.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
basically, you can do whatever you want with the money, but I would be like, you know, forget Bubblegum's characters.
There's it.
There's he. I
There's
blink
he.
sometimes.
I'll tell you what we should do at some point is change our names in the Roll20, and it makes it a lot less confusing.
You
Because
can
you
actually
can see
do that
everyone's character
really
name.
easily.
But shit, what was I gonna say?
I'm
We've
Misha.
been to- We've been to Mezro. But what currency do you use out here?
You can use the francs if you want. We'll take them. We'll have chances to trade them. I'm sorry. We'll have chances to trade them. Because I'm going to try to speak like Hispanic serpent, and it's, you know, we'll see how that works. For my accent. Look, we only have a few barrels right now. We do not need all of them necessarily. But traders rarely come this way.
Do we have any of
This
the
like
cur-
older Yuan-ti male that's kind of like hunched over is like, since they got that solar panel installed, it's been great. We haven't needed the gas as much.
Oh, solar. That's pretty.
We get the
Hi.
news. Where are you from, little lady? Also, would you like some hospitality of Tetsutel? As he raises an eyebrow towards you.
We want
They have an eyebrow.
to
It's
put you out
half
or
blood.
anything.
He,
You
no,
know,
he,
like-
this is a pure blood because it's a mixture of half bloods and pure. It's like the half blood lady is the elder, and these are like
Okay.
other elders that are in here.
Vassal, what money do we have on us?
We have.
You could just see his
Some-
eyebrows going up and down. You're like,
I'm just looking at him with like.
My wife
passed away a just few
years ago.
Oh, my husband's back on the boat.
I won't tell.
Oh, he's a jealous sort.
You'll see like one of the other ones just smack him a little bit and be like, "What? I do not get many chance to meet exotic ladies, travelers. Maybe once before I pass away."
I was really
Anyway.
tempted then to just be like, yeah, for the fuel. I'm not sure if this character is quite at that level yet, but we do work in a brothel.
We'll pimp.
I know what this gets you.
We'll pimp for fuel.
Oh god.
Technically, our characters work at a strip club, not a brothel.
Strip club and brothel, I think, is the proper term.
Oh, does it actually have? Okay.
I mean, they have services, which are technically not front and center. So
I misunderstood then, but
yeah, it's mostly strip club. Just, you know,
yeah.
the extra services.
I understood the front. To be fair, it's been a while since that place was even brought up, so I'm not surprised I forgot.
It has been a while since we had to worry about your work.
Yeah.
But yeah, we I'll just speak up, I guess, then. We have Lyra, and we do have some other things we could trade if that is insufficient.
Also some gold.
Gold, you say? How much gold do you have?
How much are you asking for the fuel?
We would take, I have to figure out a gold exchange rate now. Damn.
We did have it, I think. Wasn't it 50 for like $150, or am I just completely forgetting? Not dollars, whatever currency we were using when we first arrived.
Lyra.
Lyra, yeah. I always default to dollars, and I don't know why. I don't even use dollars.
And probably because everything is dollars.
It's all dollars now.
To be fair, there are a number of countries that use the term dollars that aren't even America, so...
Yeah.
Okay. God. Wow. I'm trying to, like, look up, like, price of gold, and it's surprisingly expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, I mean, we have dug up a lot of the gold on our planet.
Yeah. Didn't realize it was as expensive as it was. Good to know. Anyway, show me what you have, and we'll give you a good trade value.
I'm gonna show him 20 gold.
I'm gonna show him the camera equipment.
Oh, yeah. With the tape removed.
He's gonna kind of like puzzle over the
course.
gold, and like, you know, like it's just like a look of like another one of the older men are kind of like look over it, kind of like puzzled. I do not know how pure it is, but the good's there. Camera equipment. Ooh.
I mean, the camera equipment you can test to make sure it's working.
Hey, let me see that. Yeah, let us see that. No, I don't want to see that. Yeah, I kind of want to see that.
You can essentially make your own TV with it.
No, there's like a group of voices behind you.
Oh.
As there is a large, six-headed snake guy there, just dressed in like a cutout T-shirt that somehow's been like made
Oh boy.
with 6 heads.
It's like a mini anathema thing.
It is an actual anathema. It's just that,
Oh.
like, nowadays, he's just the guy of the tribe. It's The one that you got when like went feral. This is like one that just hangs around the village.
He's just chill.
He's just chill.
Hanging, man. He's hanging.
Like there's like a central head that like turns towards the other. Look, with gear like that, we can make our documentary about the village. Oh. Trade for the equipment.
What?
Yunas, you'll know that you are not in charge around here. Yeah, but you know, you guys like us. Come on. That equipment would be awesome. Maybe we can actually get some tourism, unlike those other places. Forget those other ancient Choltian ruins. We'll get a road in there. Get it big names. Kids these days. Somehow he gets blessings of our God and it goes to his head. You know?
Oh yeah.
Visible confusion.
Yeah.
Me, she's just trying to go with it, you know? Just like, yeah, sure, man.
Well, I guess would you be willing to make a trade with you?
Great. What are we trading?
Let us see here. You wish for barrel of gas? Alright, camera equipment for the barrel of gas. And 10 of your coins of gold.
This is very expensive equipment. Like, this is like professional.
Yes, but we were only using it out here. Are we selling it? No.
No, but you could sell what you make with it. And bring in some tourism if that's what the aim is here.
Only
up
a
some
chance
nice
of it.
restaurant? I mean,
It's
this
not a
place
guarantee.
Oh.
Hey,
How about
Make
5
sure-
gold?
yeah, 5 gold. It's reasonable.
7.
And 5 gold. And we use our social media presence to maybe throw some tourism your way. And you know,
You'll see like an old like pure blood lady will kind of move over and we'll bring out like a smartphone like you have and I already have a social media presence. Granted, it is for the village, but it is social media. You do not think old lady learns this stuff? No, you young kids. Guess what? I am hip with it.
oh yeah, no, it's really impressive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
tell me your username, I'll add you.
You better.
Alright, we'll
Damn
do
kids.
goddamn 5 gold. I won't pay you an exposure. Or 7 gold, sorry.
It's like the one person with a cell phone like on the entire town for all the social media stuff.
No, it's funny because it's like I've heard stories of like people in like super rural areas in like Africa and stuff, and it's all like, you know, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, if you want some cell phone reception, you have to go to this part of town.
If you want some cell phone reception, hang next to the satellite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Alright, it looks like you'll be able to trade for a barrel of gas. Now you just have to get it through the jungle.
Yay!
Trade some camera equipment, a little bit of gold. As, like, they seem to want to be another tourist spot next to Nangalore. Maybe get a road built into this section of the jungle. You know, the usual. At least something dirt. Get some more trade.
Can we maybe ask if there's a better way to travel?
What? Where to where?
Back to the river.
Oh! Which river? You heading north to Lake Luau?
Would any of us know which river that was?
No.
Well,
Maybe one of you read the name on the map, but I mean, like...
I do have a map on my... But at the same time, I probably wouldn't have a river that... well, no, wasn't it... This one wasn't an obscure river, because we got back onto the main one.
Yeah, this one was the main river.
It's still a much smaller river off of
But
Lake
yeah.
Luau. It's like your boat, maybe 2 boats of your size wide. So it's still quite small in comparison.
Which direction did we come from? East, west, north?
You came from the east.
Okay. It's a river to the east that leads up into Lake Luau.
Oh, no one comes that way. Not to Tetsutel. That's dangerous. I would have come from the north. It's a little longer, but much safer. The Valley of Embers keeps much of the large, she'll say something which in Draconic will effectively be like, she'll say it in Draconic in the midst of, common. Kind of like, thundering lizards.
Yeah.
Most keep out of the valley from all the volcanic activity. Be smart enough to learn. The lake is not very safe.
Well...
We are fortunate that we are out of the path that most eruptions of the peaks of flame come from. I think the last one was supposed to be my great-great-grandfather's generation. No. Your great-great-great-grandfather's generation. Really?
Well, how big is, like, it's a barrel of gas, how big is it?
Probably about barrel of gas, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 feet tall, 4 or 5 feet tall, somewhere in between there. About 2, 3 feet wide. I think 3 feet wide. I think it is. So it's like, like big manhole on top, from I can't really judge it. From base of my background window to about halfway up at least. But that's not great either.
So,
tall, large, like a couple hundred pounds probably.
Sort of.
We can work together to hold it, I guess. Like, take turns.
Do you have any beasts of burden?
We do have a bug net.
Go through that area? We didn't trust any of them, too. I mean... we might be able to, if you were looking for something. Sizu might be able to take you, but Sizu... she is old and slow.
How much trouble would we have rolling it through the safer path?
You were kind of crossing jungle, so you were bushwhacking, not on a trail. You'd have to deal with underbrush and lots of root systems and stuff like that.
If there's a lot of downward hills.
Not enough of them.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it might break it.
Farther to the west, you'd have a lot more downward hills, but then you're getting into the mountain range where the volcanoes are.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not safe.
Yeah. As they said, they don't get many eruptions from the Peaks of Flames getting this close to them, but to the west is the Peaks of Flame and the Valley of Embers, which is effectively the lava flow zone. Hence why it's called the Valley of Embers.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the reason that the valley doesn't tend to have a lot of permanent settlements there, you know?
I could probably turn into a bear. Would that help me carry it?
Pen,
Probably
do that for, like-
possible bits.
see, we could, but then that would only help us for like 2 hours a day, or is it for short rest? Do you get it back short rest or long rests?
We could put it, wrap some bug necks around it. Use it like to drag it.
Yeah, I guess that works.
I'm
too.
not very strong though. I'm pretty fucking weak.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of strength either.
I have 1 strength.
I have 2 strength. I think I'm the only one with 2 strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think
only
I'm
one-
+1 as well.
You're the only one with a little bit of strength, and even then you don't have, like, a huge amount of strength.
Yeah.
You just work out a little bit more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should upgrade that next time.
Dude, the super
Twice
strong
for short
tiefling.
rest. Oh,
I
Okay,
broke
Ukiza!
the animal.
Ukizia, get over here. Yeah, what is it? These people need help with you and Tizu. Bring their barrel of gas back to their boat so they can head back home. Alright. Come on, let's load it up.
Thank you.
So, Tizu is an ankylosaur.
Ooh.
And you can see kind of built onto the back is this like little like almost area where like storage and people could kind of move into. There's a kind of like right behind its head is a kind of saddle area on this like armored dinosaur with like a kind of bit and bridle kind of thing set up for it. So, like, he'll help you load the barrel into the back, into this, like, kind of carrier, and allow you to be back there with it.
These things are adorable.
Yeah. So, yeah, think of, like, a giant armored tank dinosaur, except it's got kind of, like a holding basket area on its back, and then, like, that saddle up by its head.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Very helpful. Very sweet.
Why don't we take our first break here? We're a little later for our break, though, as you're getting on the back of Tizu the Ankylosaurus.
Yay!
It's slow, but it'll trudge along through it. It's slow not only because an Ankylosaurus is a giant armored dinosaur, it's also slow because this thing looks like it's ancient for Ankylosauruses.
Maximum speed, 6 miles per hour.
Yep. Yeah. Normally they have a speed of 30, just as fast as you do. But
Oh
this thing
gosh.
it's
Walk
not.
alongside it and it'd be just as fast.
Yeah. You can like walk alongside it and it's going at its normal speed. You're like, well, we're as fast as you are. Except this thing is like a little slower, it waddles a little bit more. Probably a little older, so it's not like lost a little bit of speed. It's also carrying that weight of you guys along. But still, you know, it's a huge dinosaur with a strength of a lot. So it'll carry you.
That'll be fun.
Probably could max out at a couple of gas barrels and some other things in its back thing, but you know. it'll
Ooh,
carry
I just
you.
did the math on bear speed. If we did that, it would take us twice as long.
This way,
as
it's only
it takes to get here.
yeah. This is why it's only taking you like 50% as long.
Yeah.
Heavy is a barrel of oil.
Pretty cool that they're trying to sell it to you for, $1.
Right. So the barrel weighs about 300 pounds. Oof. At least. Yep. Anyway, so we'll be going on our break here. When we get back, we'll do our last bit here. So if you need to use the restroom quickly, grab a drink, grab a snack, anything like that, go ahead and do it, and we'll be back in a little bit.